Listening Section Directions. The listening section of the Toefl IBT test measures your ability to understand conversations and lectures in English. In an actual test, the listening section is divided into 2 or 3 separately timed parts. In each part, you will listen to 1 conversation and 1 or 2 lectures. You will hear each conversation and lecture only 1 time. After each conversation or lecture, you will answer some questions about it. Answer the questions based on what is stated or implied by the speakers. In an actual test, a clock that is provided shows you how much time remains. The clock does not count down while you are listening. The clock counts down only while you are answering questions. For this practice test, a useful guideline is to spend no more than 35 seconds to answer a question. You may take notes while you listen. You may use your notes to help you answer the questions. Your notes will not be scored. In some questions, you will see this icon. This means that you will hear but not see part of the question. Some of the questions have special directions. These directions will appear in a gray box on the screen. Most questions are worth 1 point. If a question is worth more than 1 point, it will have special directions that indicate how many points you can receive. You must answer each question. After you answer, select Next. Then select OK to confirm your answer and go on to the next question. After you select OK, you cannot return to the previous questions. You can select Review at any time, and the review screen will show you which questions you have answered correctly or incorrectly and which you have not answered. From this review screen, you can go directly to any question you have already seen in the listening section. Select Continue to go on.
Directions. In this question, you will be asked to give your explanation about the topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to prepare your response and 45 seconds to ask.
Describe a custom from your country that you think other countries should adopt. Include details and examples to support your explanation.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Directions. In this
question, you will read a short passage about a campus situation, and then listen to a talk on the same topic. You will then answer a question using information from both the reading passage and the talk. After the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
I can't believe they're going to make all freshmen take a writing class. Is that really necessary?
I think so. It's really a good idea, if you think about it.
Really? But everybody has writing classes in high school, don't they?
Yeah, but they're not always effective. I know that I had a hard time as a freshman because I didn't have the research and writing skills to produce a quality research paper. I thought I did a decent job on my first research paper assignment, but when I got it back, it had red marks all over it. I guess I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. If I had been enrolled in a writing class at that time, I would have been better prepared for my other classes.
Actually, I remember those days too. College professors expect more of students than high school teachers do, and I simply wasn't prepared. If I had taken a class like that, I would have done much better.
Right. And most lecture classes are big and not focused on improving writing skills. Therefore, students don't receive much feedback on their papers. With the new writing class, students will get more attention because the classes will be small. And what's more, students will be able to interact more with the teachers during class.
That does sound like it could be helpful. I suppose it certainly wouldn't hurt.
Now get ready to answer the question. The man expresses his opinion of the announcement made by the university. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for that opinion.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Directions. In this question, you will read a short passage on an academic subject and then listen to a talk on the same topic. You will then answer a question using information from both the reading passage and the talk. After the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
A product can be evaluated by the number of units it sells, but how about service? Companies need quality customer service personnel to handle service encounters. So it's important to determine how effective the employees are in providing service. There are a couple of approaches in evaluating service, but the one I will discuss today is test customers. One industry that utilizes test customers frequently is the restaurant industry. I know one test customer who asked for all sorts of things, more water, an extra napkin. She even complained about the food quality. She did her best to get under the skin of the waiters and waitresses. Her demands really taxed them. And then she later met with the manager in private and discussed her findings. Another industry in which customer service is noted to be important in healthcare. In one optical shop, for example, an optician was looking into his customer's eyes, but he had no idea that the client was a test customer, and that she was looking at how well the shop met her needs. She noted that the technician did not have a name tag and that it took nearly an hour before she was checked by an optometrist. The owner of the shop was evaluating his own business, and the data the test customer was collecting let him know how well or how badly his business was doing. With this information, the owner determined what to do to improve his business.
Now get ready to answer the question. The professor describes 2 examples. Describe how these examples illustrate the concept of test customers.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
In this question, you will listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked a question about what you have heard. Your response will be scored on your ability to speak clearly and coherently and on your ability to accurately convey information about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to respond.
We all know that the objective of advertising is to get people to buy a product, so a product advertisement should attract as many people as possible. To be able to do this, an advertisement should satisfy all consumers, whether they are drawn to images or to the spoken word. This is why advertisers need to use 2 different types of techniques when producing an ad. First, some people are visually oriented, that is, they are more impressed by images than by words. The advertiser caters to this type of consumer by utilizing visual effects that are eye-catching. The images used in the ad are colorful, appealing, and outstanding, all characteristics that fascinate this type of consumer and help him or her to remember the product better. For example, a resort hotel would want to use images of exotic and relaxing scenery in its ad to entice a visually oriented person. Perhaps the sun setting on a beautiful beach, or a couple relaxing on the sand, or local people in their native attire, pampering guests at the resort. Second, some people are verbally oriented. They're more easily persuaded by words than images. They enjoy verbal descriptions and a diversity of expressions. The language used has to compel and tickle the ears, so to speak. That resort hotel ad I brought up earlier may be pleasing visually, But how does the advertiser make it desirable to verbally oriented consumers as well? Well, the advertiser might use words like cool, fresh, and relaxing to reinforce the images, or it may use alluring descriptions that sort of fire up the imagination of the person who is impressed by words. Maybe something like, spend a weekend in paradise, or let the real you come out at our beach resort. You know, something that sounds tantalizing and exciting, that sort of thing.
Now get ready to answer the question. Using points and examples from the talk, describe 2 types of advertisement.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.